Are you ready for this episode of Hunter x Hunter? I'm not sure I am, after the small nuclear blast at the epicenter of the king and the chairman's fight. If he manages to crawl away from this one, then the king has done quite well for himself. Really proved himself to be up there in the upper echelons of power. But man, the way the chairman went from that kind of reliable old man who's kind of got a peculiar sense of humour to outright powerhouse to the very conglomerate of human sins and malice. Wow. But if there's one thing that I'm not expecting, is that everyone gets to walk away happy from this one. But there's still a lot going on in the palace, so what we're going to be faced with in this episode is questionable. We best find out, though. Not the kind of visage you would expect for after so many episodes of apparently humans being the good guys in this story. The momentary understanding of, shit. In but a flash, most of the surrounding environment has been turned to glass. That is, of course, if it actually acts like we would expect from the equivalent from our reality. It's funny, it's like people can have years of development and training with these outrageous abilities of Nen, which puts them leaps, bounds, and in the realm of gods compared to ordinary people. And then you just have a nuke. Parry this. I sincerely doubt that it is just going to be over that easily, but I don't see what they're going to be able to do from here on. That could mean a whole lot of things. Is that the king's predicament or just gone? When you have not only a filter putting over the screen, but the momentary silence. Cheap and compact. I mean, it had to be compact. It was within him, wasn't it? It is, if nothing else, a nice looking explosion. Was it? Oh. I was going to say, was it outlawed? Was it banned? Declared a war crime? Ooh, okay, if it's going off in the middle of a populated city, yeah. Well, if we weren't having a bad day before. I mean, if cities were reduced to rubble thanks to the setting off of an explosion like that, no wonder we've got places like like the one that the Phantom Troop are from. Wow, just having entire generations, entire nations evaporated. And yet we're thinking that the ants taking a mere couple million is evil. Good. Although it's not going to stop some people from developing them. Oh wait. Well, buried. Uh, I mean, just the idea that there's more out there. You're not going to throw away your line of defense or retaliation, I guess. Hence why we're in the trouble that we are in our own world. They immediately understood that things were screwed. The idea that you're going into this fight against the king of the Khmer Ants with a nuke in your pocket. Oh god. I don't think he'd be up for conversation right now. While Yippee started belligerent and kind of dumb, he ended with an understanding and growth. Seems to have the opposite effect for Poof. Which sent him into that state, that panic, that what matters right now is that is it not being immediately attacked. I guess the palace is somewhat. Oh hey, yeah, he didn't quite expect this to be what he would come out to see, without any knowledge that he's actually that anyone else has actually made it out. How long would it take to rebuild the place? But you could tell when something was animated there, when it starts crumbling and is a different outline than the background, less detailed, no painted. Well done. Well, part success. see things through properly. It would be good to have her on hand at least. What about anyone else? The fact that she's able to maybe learn a little restraint. Yeah, Killua saw that fate himself, pushed aside by Gon in such a harsh way. He knows him quite well. There'd be no one there to immediately back him up. He won't be too far away. I like how everyone has this resolve. They know what it would mean. Even if, but for a moment, if they can do something to try and help out their friends, or just go out together, yeah. See if you can get the gang back together. At least those that aren't being given immediate medical treatment. And what happens with all of the eggs and the cocoons, though? Their decision here will speak bounds. The sound of his footsteps still make me smile, even if it's in a tense situation like this where we're meant to be really serious. And considering that Pitot is probably somewhat close to finishing off the treatment, even with the reduced time, and then the secondary reduced time, thanks to Poof's arrogance. He's done waiting? Did he count the 50 minutes? There's still time left, and yet she can't trick him. Looks like Komugi is saved, but all it takes is apparently a momentary little flicker and resolve or anything for Gon to notice. Maybe also smell just the scent of blood lessening since she closed the wounds. They best hurry. She's awake, so it looks like surgery was a success. I wonder if Nefertito could have fixed her sight. Oh no. The balance of power has completely shifted, and he is really, really not far off from Crollo, is he? Who he denounced for earlier episodes, and now this. I'll kill the girl if you don't just do what I say. She, what, frozen in a fear that if she took any action, God would know. I mean, right now in the middle of this room, she should be okay. Are they here to babysit? I mean, it wouldn't be great if she got there and isn't able to help out Kite for a month if she goes bankrupt before then. Granted, he could just release it like he did with UP, but still, yeah, there's no need. Trust her or trust that she won't do the wrong thing. So the calmness and the calm and unfeelingness of Gon's voice there. Jesus Christ. While Killer is the only one here who doesn't seem too surprised. Uh, how far is he willing to go to see his goal achieved? This seems to be Gon's fight, one that he's separating himself off from his friends, even if they are there for him. Well, as long as he trusts him. Then there'd be a prisoner exchange program and all that, but well, Gon saw the very depths of what the answer capable of, thanks to the kite, thanks to Kite, and he is. Are they going to try talking to her at all? And yeah, it'd be slightly tough to. Slightly tough to understand what was going on if you just woken up. You imagine trying to just have a nice board game and suddenly a strange ceiling. Well, she's blind, she won't be able to see it, but strange people. And now at a smouldering crater where there once was a fight. Well, Pull yourself together. Ah. He might be here somewhere. Don't give up immediately. What are you, a guard or just... Oh no. The personal growth that he had obtained. And is it like an actual explosion like it would be in our reality? Is there complete... Oh, interesting little transformation there. Complete dereliction of the surrounding environments for years to come afterwards. Just keep searching. Was that a sense in one direction? I was off screen, nothing to actually see there. Was that a shred of hope that we saw in the butterfly being torn apart? He knew what was going on, but what is it? It looks to be that the king didn't exactly make it out fine. Ah. Well, yeah, he's seen better days. Well, at least now we know that no matter what they come up against in the future, Camarand or anything with massive power scale, yeah, just drop a nuke on it. Christ. Who the fuck are we rooting for? The good guys nuked the countryside. They're taking hostages. Every kind of thing that we've worked towards and stereotypical kind of the power of friendship will win us through. Those kind of stories, they're long gone. Much like Crollo, it's you protect those that you love, the ones around you. Everyone else is secondary, apparently. The life of an innocent like Kamugi, Unless it is a massive double bluff. And if Pito had called him on it, what would have happened? But Jesus Christ, this episode was something, wasn't it? The back and forth, we are ready to lay down our lives to help out a friend in need. even against an enemy like Patrol, where they're heavily outmatched, where they would, well, almost immediately be killed, it's fine as long as they go out together. It looks like it was unneeded. How strong is their resolve to see this through to the end, even if they're putting off and using such extreme measures? Remember what, seeing it from Kamugi's eyes? Well, from her point of view, who are these strange people? Where's the leader? What happened to our just games in peace, being able to just play? Nope, she's now being held hostage. And after we saw a charcoal briquette in vaguely the same shape as the king, it might be slightly difficult to continue playing Gungni. I will say, though, that this is probably the first and maybe the last kind of fantasy-esque shonen battle anime friendship thing that is ex machina nuclear warfare. Gone from we went from a little bit of 80 kilometers running, push open this door, power up a bit, where the weighted chest plates took nuke. Can we go back to the times where he was holding his breath for exactly a minute doing the one finger handstand? No? We can't? I mean, we've seen what people can do if they're pushed to extreme lengths, but Jesus, what exactly is going on here? But it is going to be difficult just to not watch all of the rest of this arc in one go. Seeing the king being carried out in the arms of the royal guards, crying to this extent. How exactly are they going to be dealing with it from now on? With Nefertari off on her way to Beijing, running away with no actual way of communicating with the other royal guards or the king, or finding out what's going on, because they can't do it telepathically. But with Yuppie's newfound regard to wipe out the humans for what they have done here, I think they may be in trouble. Let's hope there's a portal or two that they can just slip out or in and hang out in the little pocket dimension for a while. I guess let's find out, but Gon's sense of intuition there. How did he know she was done? We've been told that his senses are heightened compared to most people, sense of smell and instincts and everything, but he was just that focused. I mean, we've had main characters in other shows which at times can be really badass and cool. No, I don't think that there's one where you've just turned such a lovable boy into something so truly terrifying. The situations that he's been in, the events that he's been entangled with, developed him in probably not a great direction. But you can see just how easily one can slip into the pitfalls of that kind of life. God, this entire thing is pretty damn good. It was nice to see that humans themselves were, well, just as diabolical. Oh, we need to wipe out, completely eradicate the Chimera ants and their entire new colony and culture and peoples because they're taking out a few villages. Fair enough on the outset. Then you compare it with, oh yeah, but humans also just infect and kill everyone and everywhere they go. You can't let a secondary species get away with it as well. I'm going to need to lie down. So if you've enjoyed this episode, let me know. If you leave a like and a comment on the video, it helps the channel grow ever so slightly. If you've somehow enjoyed something here, consider subscribing to the channel. Go onto my Discord. But most importantly, get yourself some rest so that I can see you in the next one. I'm not sure my patrons would pay a ransom to keep me or my channel safe, but for the time being, at least they're helping supporting to keep it going just a little bit longer. And while I'm sure none of you would want to wade through a radioactive wasteland, at least we can sit down and watch some anime, thanks to the likes of Noku, Raywin, Sal, Trayvon, Shiwan, Akane, Guado, Tori Jane, Kite, Light Wizard 91, Mega 42, Diego Zenhausen, SZ9870, Croyville, and everyone else. And though they may not weep for me, they have done so much to support me already.